there. Welcome to another episode of the Car Girls Show. My name's Jana Showers, owner of the Car Girls. I'm here with my co-host, Jessie from Machete Marketing. Hi, Jessie. How's it going?
Great.
Good. Right on.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about inclusiveness at the dealership and creating a culture that includes everyone to different capacities, whether it's making decisions that, that affect everyone at the dealership or...
and this is a big topic, and we just wanted to touch on a couple things. Diversity and inclusion. As women in the car business, it's not just about women. It could be about different cultures, different ages, different
right. We all come
ethnicities.
Absolutely. Where there, in a dealership, that you get all sorts.
People with a disability, and this isn't just about employees; it's customers as well. And it's proven that diversity and can be a driver of innovation, can be a driver of financial performance. Companies that are more diverse make more money. So if that's not enough to motivate you to make more money.
And so we'll talk a little bit about what's, just from our experience and from what we've heard other people talk about, what's the current situation in a dealership from what we can see today is that we know departments often operate in silos. There's not a unified push there. Everyone's kind of like, if you're in sales, you're in sales, you're in service, and everyone's operating, differently. Right. And further to that, managers and their staff, where managers are making decisions on a higher level and not asking for advice, opinions, feedbacks.
And one of the posts that we had on one of our shows when we were asking dealership staff, what could make your job easier? What could make the culture in the dealership better? Some feedback we got was involve me, include me in the decisions. So there was actually a technician who was speaking to it. Yeah. I think he was hurt. A big decision was made about the shop and none of the technicians were consulted. So right. I think this is their workplace. I think they want to be included. They want to be part of the decision-making process. They have ideas. I think they need to be heard and they need to be listened to. And that whole, I'm being a good little mushroom, they want to be involved. And I think you'll find that with the younger generation as well. They really need the why behind things.
Definitely, I would say that for sure. I know that when I was, selling cars, often we would have our weekly meetings. And
the good old sales meeting.
As a young, Latin female in a male-dominated industry, there were times, not all the time, but there were definitely times where I felt excluded from, this club. And it could be the club of older men. It was a club of managers. It was a club of, a club that I was basically not a part of. And I did feel pretty small at times. And I didn't feel comfortable necessarily voicing my opinion, although I had lots, and
we know you have opinions.
I have lots of opinions. I have a lot of ideas. Which, if somebody had come to me and if it was a more open space to collaborate and to think of ways of improving, I think a lot of us on the team probably had some pretty good ideas. And also it kind of, it creates one message. So, half the time we weren't even told what sale we were having and when it was coming and what was involved and who was doing it. We would just come to find out, we're having a sale tomorrow.
So sales managers, if I can speak to sales managers, one of the things that I that I see is a lack of preparedness. And I know sales managers, your head is on fire. You're trying to order cars. You're dealing with the lock guy just smashed into a customer's car. You're trying to work a deal.
Sure.
There's a million things going on. But
yeah.
I'm talking about some preparedness for the meeting. So you can include your employees and get their ideas. It speaks to service managers as well, including your advisors, including your technicians. There's a ton of ideas out there. Online too. I think just a tiny bit of research would lead you to maybe a technique that you could use. I saw a recent one where you post a particular problem, write it on your whiteboard, give everybody some sticky notes where what we could do immediately, what we could do in the next month, what we could do in the next year, and then get them all to write down their ideas and post them in those categories. And so how that's including your staffing, your employees in the decision-making process. So, and including them. We talked about the analogies of war stories and getting up literally, and the analogy of a lot of the analogies and sports don't work for everybody.
It really did not speak to me at all. I mean, we had a manager, he was hilarious, but he was very elaborate with his movements and stuff, and it was always about war and oh, I really got him, and he'd do this movement. What does that mean? I didn't understand. I was new. I'm like, what is this, right? So especially for the new people that are coming into a culture already, how can you include them as they're trying to navigate and figure things out? Or like we were saying, there's, you have childhood stories that you pull from, and not everyone is from the same upbringing.
No.
We have people that are coming here from all over the world. Yep. They might not be familiar with those stories, So how do you select your words so that you can relate to
and
more
you can
people,
and you people. Can. So that's what we're talking about: inclusiveness. Let's be aware of it. Let's get ideas from our people, but you have to put a little bit of prep into it by preparing for the meeting and getting ideas from your people and letting them be part of the conversation. And I think in dealerships, we need to open those lines of communication. It seems to be such a dictatorship. That's what we see a lot of.
And then we're surprised. And then we're surprised why they can't make any moves without asking first, right? If it's a dictatorship, then they're kind of trained that way. So if we want them to be able to think for themselves, take action, massive action, and deliver, we need to include them in those decision making.
Yeah, and your staff has ideas. I think we need to listen to them, and we need to have an avenue to have a place where they can speak freely, like you said, because it may not always be that sales meeting where you want to open up and share some ideas, and a place where ideas can flow easily.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it'll definitely heighten morale, and it'll create a very open environment to allowing these ideas to flourish and become successful. So hopefully that's helped some of you. If you have any comments that you'd like to leave below, any ideas that you have.
How to include your staff on something that's worked for you.
Yeah. Exactly. Or how you feel about it. Do you want to, you feel like you maybe haven't been heard? We want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Make sure you share this video. Thank
you for your feedback. Thank you for that technician who spoke up. We heard you. We're passing along your message.
And we definitely look at your comments, and we try to include it in the show because, again, this is not a show for Janice and I. This is for you guys. So please leave your feedback in the comments, and we will catch you again on another episode of the Car Girl Show next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.